Well, hello there, everybody. Welcome back to the stream. Jay's on Hots here. You guys are watching this on YouTube. Welcome in for episode number 2 of our Medieval Dynasty series. For those of you guys on Twitch, thanks for hanging around. And here we are in summer. Let's get back to it, shall we? I'll probably try to do about 1 episode per season. I don't know if I'll stick to that permanently, but we'll see. So I got a couple of things. First of all, these compost bins have now turned all of this into rot, which is awesome. So why all the rot, you say? Well, the rot is pretty simple. With the rot, we can come in here and we can make fertilizer. For every 1 rot, or for every 10 rot, we can make 1 fertilizer. And the fertilizer we'll use to sow our crops, of course. Let's see. Punch the workbench. Now we can see we have our flax ready to be harvested, but we need a scythe or sickle. So I'm going to hold off on this a little bit because the sickles are really terrible to use for that. I don't prescribe to that personally. And we can't make any... we can make a copper sickle, but we can't make any scythes until we unlock the bronze scythe, which we need a lot more production. So we're just going to hold off on pretty much all of that for right now. What we're going to do instead is we're going to start this whole thing off with a bunch of mining. So that's going to require pickaxes. Do a whole bunch of these. And even though, apologies. Hello. Thanks for sticking around, Janae. Even though this is not super interesting to watch, we're just going to do a bunch of mining. With the axe, not with my fists. Though it would be cool to punch the rocks into submission here. So now we've got all 3 of our talent points now into mining trance. So every time we finish hitting one of these deposits, we get another stack down there in the bottom left of that miner's trance, which will let us go faster and faster until we get to 3. So this is now our top speed as we break our first pickaxe already. But you can see how quickly the durability goes down. So one of our first priorities is going to be getting also to get to bronze pickaxes so that the durability lasts longer. We don't have to build as many of these stone pickaxes. But also, it'll take less hits per deposit. Like you can see right now, it only goes down by 15% every time we smack it. With the bronze, it'll probably go down by at least 20, if not 25. So it'll take a few less hits per deposit. So this will all go a lot quicker. But then when it comes to production, getting production experience to unlock bronze tools, we're going to need to do crafting and cooking for that. So those are going to be 2 different lanes, essentially. We can go into town and try to sell some stuff later today. Now we can actually even look into maybe buying a bronze scythe, but I'd rather make them. We can maybe buy some flour, some stuff that we know we can cook with. Because we won't be able to make the flour until spring next year. So we can start making flatbread, and we can also sell that. I bet we make a profit, actually, from buying flour from the town, bringing it back and baking it in flatbread, and then selling it. But anyway, Janae, I'm excited because we only got about an hour and a half left. So yeah, I'm hoping we can do this whole season in an hour and a half. It should be doable. But I'll be Fernando's going to come over, and we're going to watch the 49ers Seattle game tonight. I'm going to order something yummy. Probably some Red Robin or something. Unless I find a good 2-for-1 deal on something. That might be smarter since I'm ordering for 2. Like, sorry, Fernando, I couldn't take us all the way to Toronto and back for the tournament, but, you know, I can at least order us some dinner, and we can, you can watch your Seahawks, and I can watch my Niners, and we can fight about who's going to win. That'll be, you know, again, a good consolation prize. It's not quite the whole trip to Toronto and tournament, but that'll be nice. I'm also pretty excited because I booked the whole trip to Seattle this weekend, and I got a very nice hotel for Nicholas and I. So I'm very excited to take him to that and him to get to stay in a nice hotel. And I got a pretty good price for it too, so it's cool. Those hot deals on Hotwire, man. You don't really get to choose your hotel, but as long as it's in the area, it doesn't really matter that much. So we're going to fly up there and stay in the nice hotel Friday and Saturday night. And then we fly out late Sunday. So if either of us make Tay 2, we'll go to the tournament. But we'll probably leave all of our stuff in the hotel. Like at the desk. And just take our travel stuff for the day. And we might be able to go do some stuff. At, you know, either Sunday if for some reason neither of us day 2, which one of us will day 2. I'm sure of it. If not both of us. But if neither of us day 2, then just Sunday is just we get it all day to travel. But yeah, so we don't fly out until like pretty late. It's like 9. It's like really late. I talked to him about it. He's like, yeah, let's do the late night flight so that we have all day Sunday to do stuff. I'm like, all right. Sounds good to me. I'm like, be honest. You're just trying to miss school on Monday. We're up to 350 stone, so we can start building some stone houses and start inviting some more villagers to live with us here. That'll be one of our top priorities this season. I'm really expecting us to get some good extracting. I mean, this should be giving us lots and lots of extracting XP as well. This might also be the first season where we migrate to another cave to get more. And there we go, the resource storage too. I was like, something's got to unlock eventually here. I feel like we haven't cleared it out all the way yet. But I could be wrong. I think I might have done this whole loop. I have been hitting a lot of rocks. Yep, everything in here. Tangrowth in the chat, if anybody wants to try to catch that. Let's see. I guess I did get it all. I feel like now I'm just going in circles. All right. Well, there's all of that. So now we can get a little bit more production experience just by crafting the bars. There's a new level in production. So yeah, we're at 377 out of 500, so we're getting there. That's too uneven? I don't know, it looks pretty even to me. Let's see. Clean ourselves off here. Get ourselves nice and clean. Fresh and so clean. And then the other thing I wanted to do is I wanted to build our resource storage 2. We're not going to have enough planks for that, though. So I'm going to hold off on that until later today. So yeah, I think the next thing is just to go into town. Actually, let's make a couple things first to say. So there are some bronze things we can make that will still sell pretty well. We've already unlocked the copper axe. I think that's just the obvious one. We can just go ahead and do like 10 of these. So this will give us a little bit of production experience. I think we're at, or production tech, I think we're at 377. So yeah, 440 already. So if I just do, you know, a few more of these, then I might just be it. Nope, no ding yet. 477. Or 471. So yeah, it'll take a little bit more. And I don't want to waste all of our bars. Because I do, well, here, let's go ahead and make 23 bronze bars. Because that should do some of it too. And we'll need the bronze bars to make the bronze tools. And there we go. There's the smithy too. Perfect. We done did it. And I keep punching everything. Alright, so smithy 2 is also going to take planks. Well, you know, fine. I don't like to interrupt these guys when they're working over here, but in this case we're going to make an exception.
Hey, I was using that.
Yeah, I know. And now I'm using it. We'll just make a bunch of planks so they don't have to do this again anytime soon. But even this won't take too long. They'll be able to get back to work quickly enough. Technically, I guess I should have interrupted the guy because he's not as productive, but it's fine. So yeah, then we're back to building. Takes a little bit less resources, I believe, to upgrade a building than to build it fresh. But there you go. So there's the smithy 2, which now gives us the chance to make bronze tools. I think we can make that one. 2 of these should be plenty. And then these, but we don't have the money to unlock them, so that's fine. I want to put a couple of our bronze axes in here. Our copper axes. One more, because there's 2 of them, so I'll have an even number. Yeah. And then the other thing I was looking into wanting to maybe build were a few more houses. So you can see now we can do the stone simple houses, but of course those require lots of planks. So, you know what? She hasn't gotten back to work yet. What the heck? I think that should be enough to do at least one. Now we don't have enough logs. Funny. Too many. Yeah, so we want to start building out this direction for houses and such. It's a little flatter. Not to be confused with flats, because it's still, this is still pretty hilly. But over here is not too bad. You know, I'd actually need more logs anyway, so why don't we clear out a few of these trees. And there goes our last shovel. Now we have just an abundance of things to do. We were starting to run out of things to do in spring, but boy, as soon as it turned into summer, now we almost have too many. Timber. Hey, baby girl. Welcome back. Good to see you again. Cat has rejoined me. And welcome back to J Chops Trees. Good news is the chopping has gotten much faster because of the right now I'm only using the copper axe. I mean, soon enough we'll have the bronze axe, and that should do 25, so that'll be one less chop per tree. And you can see already this copper axe is lasting long. I think we start the game with a bronze axe that you get from the attic there. So yeah, chopping the trees in the beginning was much more efficient, but still, this is good progress. And I'm excited that we've already unlocked bronze, which is awesome. So we're good there. All right, so now we've gotten rid of a lot of these trees. So let's go ahead and see about building our first nice stone house. Let's see. A little bit of room. A little bit of room for like a front yard eventually. And boom. There's the house. And then we can look to maybe unlocking one of these. Let's see. Looks like we can do either the badger or the boar. Let's go ahead and do that. Sure. So we can at least put some decorations in here. Also, I want to move. So this is the better house. So I actually want to kick these two out of this house and put them in the nicer house. Oh, it's not built. Oh. I missed a couple of parts. There we go. I didn't know that it would let me decorate it actually before it was done, but there we go. Yeah, briefly they were freaking out because they got evicted, but no, we're just upgrading you into a better house. And then this one we can also see about decorating. We only have enough fur for one, but that's fine. So there's a little bit of extra room here where we could put some stuff in a yard. We definitely don't have enough to build another house, though. I had exactly enough planks, so we need more planks, more logs, which, you know, we're working on it. So for now, I'm just going to go into town. This far is blocked, so yeah, this is about as far as the city can go before it starts running into their territory. Which is nice, because we're not too far away from Piastovia. I like being nice and close, because it's easy to come back into town for quests and supplies and all this stuff. Alright, so make some baskets. We can do that. Daisy and thistle, that's easy. We already have the salt. Limestones will be a little tricky, but we can do that. Okay. Where have all the vendors gone? So normally full focus is one we would take for Inspector mode, not consuming stamina, but we have unlimited stamina. So this tree gets kind of nerfed a lot when you're playing on unlimited stamina. But that's okay. That's the style of game I want to play, so we're good. Journal. Let's show us where Darwin is so we can turn in... Give him his salt.
Hello there. Good luck.
And then we could just buy the 14 limestone. They're not really that expensive.
How can I?
This is not the guy we would sell it to, though, but... yeah, we could sell some of our copper axes here. Yeah, I could sell all of our copper axes, but I want to keep at least a couple. Yeah, this guy had a ton of money, so I think we're
Price
good.
is so good luck.
But we want to find the seed guy. See, we got a little band going on in here. Lovely.
No response, space work hand in hand.
Hail.
Yeah, that's
Whatever
the
you
trinket
need.
guy. We don't need him. Boy, this is one way to train your survival, huh? Steal from somebody's garden. Not really stealing, though. It's just collecting. Unlock the fishing huts. There is a good spot for us to build the fishing hut that we're slowly going to be growing into. There's not a whole lot of points to building the fishing hut before you have more villagers, though. I forget exactly which one we need for the daisy and thistle. Dandelion, daisies, there we go. St. John's wort. Now I'll take all of these because these are the healing plant. Is this thistle? Perfect. 5. Beautiful. I can take those to Derwin. Welcome to Jason Picks Plants. Okay. Anyway, back to my quest to try to find the seed vendor. But that is this guy. Yes, perfect. So this time around, it's going to be cabbages. So we'll get 50 cabbage seeds. Beautiful. And I don't think we need a whole lot else from this guy. Yeah, flour at 6 per. It's not very good. I think we can wait. I'm gonna wait on that for now, but the 14 limestone that we need. I mean, we could collect the limestone. Let's let's save our money for now. The scythes are actually pretty good price to sell, but
Wants to see my... Have a good day.
we'll hold off for now. See if I need the scythes still. But we can at least deliver this to Derwin real quick.
Help people.
How do you do? Take her. Our quartermaster is a good fellow.
And then we built a new house, so we can go invite another couple villagers. And the villager hangout places over, or the potential villager hangout places over here. We actually got a bunch of people now. So
I've
yeah.
heard there's a new promising settlement.
Travels are all very well, but I would love to finally put...
There we
them
go. That's my
Oh,
wife right
it's you
there.
again. Hello.
With great power comes great responsibility. And the king seems to be doing just fine.
Okay, 20% on the first day. That's pretty good.
See you around.
And then I'd like to have some, I'd like to have an older gentleman. Let's see. Put in with her, but neither, man, guys just suck at extraction. I guess.
I'm something of a village head myself.
I guess I can do, yeah, I'll go with
Hello
this
there.
guy, and we can put him in the hunting thing. And we can have him live in the same house as my soon-to-be wife. Because they're so different in age, they won't wed very quickly. So I should have plenty of time to woo her before anything happens. And then I'll figure out the work for them later. I know we're gonna put that one guy in the hunting. So yeah, I guess we can assign him to the hunting lodge now. We can actually, yeah, we can do that right now. So we're gonna have him just collecting meat to put in the thing for now. Eventually leather will be good, but we will need to put some knives in there as well. That'll be fine. And then for her, we don't actually have an extraction gig for her open right now, but I'm going to make the extraction shed. Oh, there was a Gibble in the chat. I missed Gibble. Oh no. Yeah, it is getting a little late. Get that bronze scythe equipped in here. Do some scything before bed here. So you can see right away we're getting all kinds of experience. Either that or we were just on the cusp of getting the pigsty. The pigsty is a pretty good one though. Generates quite a bit of manure. So that's really all it does. Except, you know, the pigs obviously can have baby pigs. So then, you know, you can be breeding pigs and selling them. All right. Yeah, so only two 25 fields. Doesn't take too long to harvest. I missed a few spots, but pretty easy. But yeah, almost 500 flax out of that. Because again, we have that buff for Careful Farmer. So yeah, lots of flax. But yeah, let's go to bed. I'm gonna go sleep. It's late. I like to work in the light of day. Plus, you know, got about an hour left here and 2 more days, so the math is mathing right now.
How can I help you? Have
Hello.
a nice day.
Right, we assigned you to the better house. He would be somewhere here. Well, this is her house. It doesn't look like she's in the house. Let's see. Where did my love go? Love. Ah, there she is. Just hanging out.
How is life treating you?
Good. Ah, she doesn't really like to be complimented. Good to know. Now, that's only a 2% increase today. That was rough. We'll try to get her a present for tomorrow. All right, so today we can do some fertilizing. Hi, baby. The kitty has rejoined me once again. It's, yeah, a little bit more frustrating to do this particular job in the summer after flax because it can be kind of hard to see. But yeah, if we do it this way, it'll at least tell you this what needs to be done for the spot, so we can see like it's unfertilized, so it needs fertilizer, or the unplowed spots need to be hoed. But just doing it without the inspector mode, I find that frustrating to see exactly where like the center is, so you can make sure that you're getting the right spot. Hi, baby. You lay down. Come on. There you go. The kitty is being stubborn about where she's going to get comfy and lay down. Oh, right. I need knives for the hunter. No, I need that many. 10 will be plenty.
I would have a couple of suggestions for improving life in our settlement.
And we also, yeah, we got to get her a job. So, she's an extraction specialist. So, let's have her work on some extraction for us. We're gonna give her all 3 of our stone pickaxes into the box. We're gonna do a bunch of the knives for him, so that notification should go away because he's got his knives now. As far as the extraction building we're gonna build is the excavation shed, which wouldn't mind fitting in right here, but that's too uneven. So too uneven. Oh no, that's obstacles in the way. Okay. Work. This one's a pretty small, easy building. But we're missing straw. Feels bad. Oh, but you know what? We are not going to be missing straw anymore because we've got all this flax. And we're going to thresh it, which will give us... oh, actually, no. I think this just gives us flax and flaxseed. It's rye, I think, that gives us straw. Yep, so we're still boned on straw for now. Okay, there's another building I kind of wanted to build. Let me make sure I have the stuff for it. I can kill 2 birds with 1 stone here. It's the fishing hut. Let's see. So 4 planks, huh? Alright. Alright, your turn to take a break. See, he didn't even complain. He's just like, cool. No problem. Meanwhile, I am dying of hunger and thirst. So, I guess before I go out, I should take care of that. So you can see all of this stuff lost a little bit of freshness, but not much. It's all doing fine. Now I should have enough to build the fishing hut out there, except for the straw, which is part of what we're going to go get. So for that, we're going to go up to here. Which, you know, this is all stuff we're eventually going to try to build. Which is not, again, just looking at this is not super flat out here. So, Nathan's friend Trevor made it today too. Nice. Not surprising. He's a really good player. Fishing huts. Right there. Oh, I guess I left all the logs over there, but that's fine. We've got the basis for it, but really I came out here for the straw. I'm not gonna chop down a bunch of logs though. I need straw to get her working on getting us the limestone we need. Did I hear a moose? Yeah, there's a moose. Moose are practically impossible to kill without a bow, which I don't have yet. So I can start making them soon. We'll collect about 200 straw, and then we'll make our way back to build that building. Finish those buildings we had up there. I think our next thing to do after that, rather than finishing the crops, I'd like to go into town today to sell some stuff. But first I want to make some stuff with our linen thread. So we're gonna make linen thread and linen fabric, and we're gonna create some. We're gonna pick a clothing piece, which I think is probably gonna be the light gambeson. This should be plenty of straw for now. Might have to come back for some more later, but it's fine. Let's get back and get her working. Go. So now we can assign 2 people to the excavation shed. We only have her right now, but we'll have them start with limestone. Even then, she's not going to get enough for us to get the quest. So we'll still go get some ourselves here before we go into town. Because that's... Oh, and then we'll look at the basket, too. Small wicker basket, which we mark right here.
Alright then. Keep your secrets.
So we just need 1 of those. Perfect. And then the other quest was for stone and limestone. So the way you get limestone is you just hit regular rocks, just like outside of the caves. You don't get much limestone, though, unfortunately. So we get a lot more stones than limestones from this, but eventually we'll get 14, and, you know, you got to go far enough that it's not depleted. It's kind of silly. You got to find the zone where it's not depleted anymore. Good news is this still applies our miner's trance, so once we ramp up to 3, we start hitting the rocks a lot. But I felt like there is a spot there that's not depleted. So yeah, this part could be a little funky. Sometimes you don't get any limestones at all. Oh, we're still in depleted land. There we go. And now I need more pickaxes. I gotta make myself some bronze pickaxes. That's actually the right answer. Now we still have our miner's trance. That's good. We didn't lose the buff. 5 more limestone. This is the big advantage to these big hilly rocky areas when they're close. It's not only the mine that we get to go into, but for just rocks and limestone, there's lots of these areas to mine it up. So there we go, 15, we're good. Now we're gonna go over to our sewing hut. Even little spots like this, like little rocky areas by the road. Oh no, that's our food storage. Where did I put the sewing huts? Right there. Okay, so we're gonna spin all of this flax into 98 linen thread. And then I'm going to look at what we actually want to make. So, padded armor and the thin gambeson is one of my favorite ones to start. Takes mostly linen fabric. So, 8 of those and 2 linen threads per. So, if we did 80 of those, that would leave us with 18 linen thread. It's a little too much, though, because we want to save some of them for bows. So let's just do 5. We'll do enough for... so that'll be 40 linen fabric. So that'll take 50, which is about half of them to do this. And then we'll do the rest making bows. I really want to make a long bow, though, before I make any bow. So we'll wear one of these, so we have a little bit of extra armor. But then we'll sell the rest. And for now, I'm going to take the rest of this clothing, put it in here so it's not clogging up my inventory. Alright, so now we've got our quests ready to be turned in, and we've got some gambesons to sell. I want to get there before the vendors all scatter out into the city again. taunting having the horses so cool. I won't be able to unlock them for a little bit.
How can I help you? Goodbye. How do you do? Good luck.
How are you?
So we can see that the Gambeson is going to sell for 700 gold. So yeah, we sold everything else to him, so he can't. He doesn't even have enough to buy one. Everyone else will though, so we'll be able to sell one of these to each person
Can I
for
have a nice
700 of their gold.
How do you want to good luck? Do it. How is life
Oh,
treating you?
that
Worst thing about this time of year.
that is not a vendor.
See you soon.
That is a vendor. Ironically, that's the clothing vendor, so it's really would be most interested in buying our thing. And actually, she's got enough. We're going to sell her the other bronze scythe. Because we're not going to need a scythe again for a while. So I might even sell her both. Yeah, why not?
I've got goodbye, dear.
You can always make more.
Hello, friend.
And then this guy's particularly important because he's going to have the thing we want. The don't know if I want to spend that much. That's for a man. Let's see. Sure, we'll see if she's interested in a golden ring. Why not? Oh, no, that's still pretty expensive. Let's go with one of the 750 gifts. Like, yeah, the amber necklace I think is good. We'll go with that one.
See you soon.
I think once per season you can give them a gift. So, a little spendy, but we'll go with it
How do
anyway.
you do?
And did he have anything we wanted? I don't think so. I could buy the limestones, but meh. Did we already get our... Yeah, we already got our 50 cabbage seeds, so we're good there. See, otherwise, I guess we can just hold on to our money for now. And by hold on to our money, I'm saying we can have it now so that we can use it to unlock schemes later. Now, see, that's tempting to just steal. And realize there are all these iron sides over here. A nice little basic hat. Is anybody watching us? Oh boy. Nope. Somebody was seeing me. I just wasn't seeing it. Well, that just trashed our Dynasty reputation, which is a bummer. In fact, you know what? I think that's enough of a mistake that I'm willing to reload, because that's a big deal. When was our last autosave here? About a minute ago? Yeah. That's worth it. We got an achievement, though. I had never been caught stealing before. It's a pretty populated area. If I'm going to do that, I should probably... wait until night to do that. Oh, yeah, right there. Duh. Yeah, we're good, though. Don't need a basic hat that much. Especially because, what, we have... Yeah, so that would have put us at 0 Dynasty reputation. That would have sucked. Good to know where that stuff is, though. We can come back late at night and steal it all later. All right, so I think we're just going back to work here. Mostly, I don't like to expand the crops fields too much until I get enough people here to really start helping me with it with the villagers. Because otherwise, this will just eat up all of your time. And I mean, it's good to have it's good to have crops, especially you can see. I just made a lot of the money that I've made so far in this game off that first set of gambesons. And most of that I just made from, from that first flax harvest. But this one, all this is going to do is going to get me cabbage, which cabbage doesn't sell for very much on its own. But you can turn it into soup. Or not soup, pottage in the kitchen. The meat and cabbages is how we're going to make pottage. And all of that cooking, that's going to make a ton of money in the fall. And it's going to give us a lot of production technology to unlock some of the better buildings to start getting like iron going, stuff like that. Okay, so that's all of that done, and then we're gonna and you can see how quickly the wooden hoe runs out, like super fast. Let's go see if we can make a better hoe. No jokes, please. Got all the bars. Certainly can. Make a nice bronze hoe, which should last us a little while. And then we want the bronze axes and bronze pickaxes. These will be for self-use, though. We'll probably continue to make copper axes for the villagers. But these are for me. So we unlocked the sewing hut too. Good stuff. Bronze axe in there with the bronze pickaxe. So then we can go ahead and leave the other weapons and or the other tools in here for the villagers to use. So we can see right away that where, you know, when you're watching the durability go down, it was in big old chunks on that ring, but you can see it's barely moving with the bronze hoe because it's got way more durability. It's going to last us a lot longer. Now, question is, so you can see here it'll put a little yellow X on all the things you can't grow. You can't really grow anything in summer other than cabbages, so that's fine. We're gonna become the cabbage merchant from Avatar. Not my cabbages. I think the next thing we do after this is we're going to make some bows and go hunting. But that might be tomorrow. Sun's starting to get a little low. That kind of works out, actually, because we got about half an hour left and 1 day left to do here in summer, so kind of what we're hoping for is to finish up at 5 o'clock just in time for the 49er game and for Fernando to come over and hang out. Donkey shelter. Okay. So yeah, the donkeys you can ride around. They're pretty cool. They're really good when you're playing on, you know, the more survivalist mode, like where you have weight limit and stuff, because you know you can load your donkey up like a pack mule, obviously. But they're still pretty good to ride around on. They're quick. I don't have a whole lot of reason to expand out, though, for that, so I don't know. All right. So there we go. There's our cabbage patch. All done. And let's see. Food. Interesting that the berry, I guess the berries are per year, so you either pick them as unripe or ripe berries, one or the other. Yeah, roasted meat is another thing we could sell if we were inclined to. They don't sell for much, though. They're more useful as just food for people. And then, yeah, we'll get the village whistleblower feat so we can summon our mount once we get it eventually. And the other thing I wanted to do today was wanted to go to the hunting lodge, which is somewhere out here. Yeah, there it is. And look what we got for bow options. Yep, so we can unlock and we can make the longbows, which is awesome. Should only need one. longbow is going to last us a long time. It's got a lot of durability. And we got our copper arrows. They're pretty solid. We'll stick with copper arrows until we have iron, the ability to make iron arrows later. So we're going to skip the bronze arrows altogether. Yeah, for now we will go to bed. It's starting to get dark, so we'll... Now that we're prepared and we have everything to hunt, we will spend today hunting. But first...
How do you do?
I know not every marriage is
So we'll
built
start
on
by
love,
giving her a
but
gift.
at this point, I'd love to have a love
It's
lesson.
not as much as I was hoping for. But that's alright. And then we'll see if we can... These are all really long.
You know how it is with monarchs. Do what they say, but do not get too close to them.
Nice. Starting to get a sense for her. Nice. Now we're making good progress today. Oh. Okay, well, she's got no interest in singing, we've learned, but 66%, that's pretty good. We made tons of progress today. So maybe tomorrow, maybe a fall wedding, we'll see. Once you get to 100%, then you can ask them to marry you. So we should be good there. Good enough. The only other thing I can think that I really wanted to do was maybe build another house and invite more people. So we're still short on planks, but let's see. Yeah, we can do another 30 planks this morning real quick, and we can build another house. So we'll do that. Not 2, but 30. Wow, I skipped right to 30. Let's go. That's precision right there. No, it's pure luck. All right.
The worst thing about this time of year,
Yeah, we're almost to the point where we've unlocked the regular houses rather than the simple houses, but we're not quite there yet. Obstacles. It's because there's another road here. So I think we might be running into the road on the backside, but we could just have it go this way. Perfect. Oh, but we're out of range of the resource storage there. Funny. Which, building up the second resource storage is another thing on our list of things to do. Oh my gosh, I can't. I guess we're out of logs. Well, that's okay. You know what? Test out our new axe. Yeah, see, that's good stuff right there. This is gonna spawn a whole bunch of logs. It's a big old tree. So eventually we're gonna get to the point where we get too close to town, and these are gonna be blocked, but it's okay. Then we'll start chopping in a different direction. And that'll also give us our building line. This honestly is closer than I thought it was going to be. And honestly, I should be chopping trees closer to my village, where we're actually going to build out into. I'll clear away all of that stuff, so We have more room to build. Oh, look at that chonky tree. It's a big boy. I missed the stump. All right, we can get some regular berries. We've got enough fertilizer for now, but I don't know. We might want some more. Anyway, let's see if I can finish building this house. Just have enough logs now. Come on, get in there. There we go. There we go. So yeah, that's done. Yeah, we're gonna go get more fur, but just to be safe, what I'm actually gonna do is I'm gonna take her out of here, put her in this house. Just to be on the safe side. There's no way they get married in between the seasons, but well, actually, no. Yeah, today is the best day. So yeah, it'll be or the last day of the season. So yeah, it'll be a fall. It'll be a fall wedding for us. All right, so let's go hunting now. Get a couple of good hunting spots, as I recall. Yeah, we got boars and wisents we can get over here. And we can try for some deer now that we've got the longbow and the copper arrows. We should be able to down a few bucks. Get some berries while we're out here. Nailed it. That was just a doe, but that's all right. Get us a little bit of leather, a little bit of meat. Ow. Found a wolf. He was apparently hunting for deer. It's like, hey, that's mine. He is running away. Is he coming back? He is. It's all right. We're okay. We're okay with wolves. That gives us fur. Part of what we're looking for the decorations in the houses. A lot of berries, though, which is good. You can use that to make berry wine or later berry pies. Probably gonna see more wolves over here, as I recall. Probably heal up a little bit. There we go. Yep, sure enough. So sometimes you can get the wolves with bows, but I prefer the melee weapons personally. You just kind of get one stab, and then as you back up, sometimes you get them the second. But he didn't even hit me there because I hit him. Yeah. Wolves are not too hard. They can just be kind of discombobulating because they're so fast. But once you get used to killing them, they're not that bad. Wysons, on the other hand. I'll tell you about Wysons. Okay, I got a little too close. But that buck is sticking around. Nice. Usually you try to go for the head and neck area. That usually gets them in one shot. If you have a long bow and a copper or iron arrow, it usually works. I don't even try to shoot at them if they're already running. It's too hard to hit a moving target. So many berry bushes. Love it. We were collecting all these for fertilizer last season. This season, we'll put them in the bin. Save them for cooking later. Take that survival. Thank you very much. Two perk points. They'll both go into strong as an oak. And just like that, we have now 130 max HP, which means we have more to heal. It doesn't give us total and max, just bonus on max. Pig 8. Oh, I didn't kill him. And that one's very much alive. Got him though. You hit the pig right in the face, usually you're good. I guess I got this guy kind of on the side. Yeah, that one's definitely still alive, but he's bleeding out, certainly. Yeah, there he goes. Yeah, the boars and the Wysons, I definitely prefer to hunt with bow and arrow than trying to do melee, but the wolves usually are a little easier for me with melee. Bears also preferred with bow and arrow. Oh boy. Oh, I got him just enough to make him turn. Now he's running. He's bleeding now. Oh yeah, he's down. That one over there. Oh god, there's two of them. I gotta shoot fast. Speed over accuracy. Oh no, I missed. I made a bad decision choosing speed over accuracy. Okay, he's done. Oh. Ow. Ow. I gotta draw faster. I gotta get that perk that lets me draw faster. Okay, he's running. And then I think that's all of them. Oof. That was messy, but it worked. And that's gonna be a ton of leather and meat. Let me tell you. The Wysons are one of the best things you can hunt for that. Yeah, you can see 70 meat and 30 leather. Well, I better pepper this one. And you know, you get most of your arrows back. Some of them will break. But for the most part, you get those back. Some of them will just fall out, so you gotta go pick them up. But knives. All right, so let's see if there's anywhere else we want to hunt. Haven't really discovered anything. Let's maybe go. Actually, I think we're south. Yeah. Let's try going up this way. Seeing if we find anything else up here worth hunting. Deer. Missed that one. What is that? Oh, it's a lynx. Yeah. Well, we're gonna have lots of meat to bring back. I felled a deer over here somewhere. Let's make sure we get that. Doe. A lot of birds, some hawks and some crows. Not a whole lot of things I really want to hunt. Oh, that one I missed. I went all the way there. Flew for days. Wolves. You know, there's some of the fur we want. Let's see, where are these wolves? I hear them, but I don't. Ah, there's one. Nice. Ah. And there's the other, right in the spine. Well, that's one way to do it. Point blank, right down at him. Or did I hit him? Maybe I did get him. Okay. Thought I missed, didn't. Never doubt myself. Uh-oh. There's another. Got him. Okay, maybe it is easier doing bows and arrows with the wolves. But you got another level in hunting, so we should definitely see what we've unlocked here. We got one more. So lock and load is the one that 10% faster drawing. So yeah, we'll do our next 3 skill points in that. So we can draw faster. Ah. Where are we? Maybe go for some moose. See if we can get some of the mooses. But yeah, we're pretty much done. I think we got probably like 5 more minutes in the stream here. Then I gotta head off. We're almost done with this season anyway. We got everything planted that we needed. We immediately had gone into the mines to get the mines done. Get all of that stuff out. Boars. Okay. Now we're talking. Where are these boars? There's one. Headshot. Will look like a bloody mess. Well, sometimes there are only two. Yeah, so you can see now the boar spot is in gray. It's gone, so there are no more boars. Which is fine. But there are wolves. I see wolves. Missed. We are running out of water. Very thirsty. Berries actually give you 2 water and almost no food. So yeah, we'll just we'll eat some berries to not be so thirsty. All right. I think we already filled one of the compost bins but even if we didn't, we don't really need it for now. We can do that later. I still want to try to take down a moose or 2, so let's see if we can do that. Otherwise, then I think we're just going to put all of our food away into the food storage so it doesn't go bad. Alright, so there's our first moose. Try to get a little closer to it. Try for a headshot here. Seems like I might have gotten it in the head. It's still running. Let's see. Oh, we got him though. Okay. Pretty good. Apparently I have used up my knives. It was the second shot that got him, though. I think a longbow and iron arrows will probably be enough to one-shot a moose. But as you can see here, 40 meats and 20 leather, so you get quite a bit. Oh, that one was enough for one shot. Nice. Kind of looked like I got him in the neck. Yep. And those are cows, so I can't kill those. Those are not for me. Yeah, when you see it's blue, that means they're farm animals. Those are not for casual killing. All right. So yeah, I think we've done quite a lot in these first couple of playthroughs. I actually have to head off because 3 minutes until game time and my friend's on the way. So we're not going to... I don't know if we're going to quite finish summer here. I might have to save right before the end. But you guys get the drift. You know, we're going to maybe finish up here, and then we'll be picking it up basically in fall for episode number 3. You know, put all the berries in there, all the meat, tons of it, even the roasted meat. Now we'll look. What did we do for compost binge? No, it looks like they're all empty, but that's okay. We have plenty. Well, you know what? Actually, no, we're gonna, now that I think about it, we are going to expand so we'll save like 100 or so berries. And we're gonna definitely take all the meat that's partially spoiled already. And maybe half. And we'll fill the compost bins again. Because we are gonna expand for the fall for rye. So this is good that we have plenty of fertilizer. Okay, so that's fully full for those. And then we will put the rest of it in here. Safekeeping. All right. And so with that, I'm not sure if it's probably too early for us to literally sleep. Yeah, 19 minutes. And you can see it's ticking down, so we're almost there. But yeah, that is going to be it for our episode number 2. So if you guys are watching this on YouTube, thank you very much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And I'll see you guys in the next video.